Hi, welcome to Cozy Corner Craft Time at the Mornville Community Library. My name is Ginger. I work at the library, and this week's craft is going to be a watermelon fan. So when they're closed up and finished, they look like that. And when they're open, you take the two pieces around like this, you hold them together, and you have a very nice looking watermelon fan. So this would be the outside rind and then the inside, and then you have the fruity part in the middle. So I'm going to close that back up and put the little thing over the top, and then I'm going to show you how to make one. So in your bag, you should have 2 big popsicle sticks, 4 green paper strips that are dark, 4 green paper strips, a lighter color, 2 pieces of construction paper. They may be pink like this one, or they may be red like the one that I made and just showed you. You never know what you'll find in your bag. And then 1 little red strip to close it up. So in addition to the things you'll find in your bag, you're going to need a pair of scissors and some white glue. So our first step is to get those stripy pieces onto the paper. So I'll just show you down here what I'm doing. So here's my pink paper. I'm going to take a dark green strip and I'm going to put a lot of glue on it. And then I'm going to lay that strip, start it right at the very edge in the corner, and lay it down on my paper. And then I'm going to take another dark green strip and do the same thing on the other side of the paper. If it's too long, don't worry about it, because we can trim that off afterwards anyway. And then I'm going to use my lighter color and my lighter color goes right beside my darker color, bumping right up against the edge of it, so we have green and green and not very much pink showing between, if any. And then I need a light green for the other side. So looks like that. Then I do the same thing with my second sheet of paper. All right, so we have 2 papers now with dark green and light green edges, and they're sticking over the edge on this paper. Sometimes they are a little more perfect. So you just hold the page like that, and then you can see exactly where to cut, because you want to cut right along the edge of the pink, so those little pieces that are extra over the edge come off. So I've just snipped them off. Now everything's even. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Okay, so I'm going to set one aside, because you can only really work with one at a time. So you do need a marker, which I didn't mention earlier, but we need one because watermelon has seeds, and the seeds look kind of cool on a fan. So I'm going to show you how I make my watermelon seeds now. So I just go dot, dot, dot. You can make your dots bigger if you want, like that, or just little dots, however you like, all the way along the side. And then another row looks like that. Now we're going to leave a space in the middle and make another 3 rows close to the edge near the top. So I'll do that. Okay, so I have a space in the middle of 2 rows of black dots, and I need to do that again on my second sheet of paper. Okay, so now I have that one ready to go too, looking like this. Okay, So the next thing to do is hold your paper like this, and we're going to fold it in half so that two corners meet and the page ends up looking like this. Okay, so we had it like that. We're going to fold it in half. We're going to fold the other one in half the same direction. Looking like that. Now I have two like that. The next step is to take the bottom and fold it up to the top. So like that. So this one is still the first fold. This is after a second fold. I'm going to do that to my second, and then I'm going to do it one more time. So from the bottom up to the top, just gives you some crease lines to work with later. So it's a kind of a skinny thing now. And we do it with both of them. So now we have two that look sort of like that. Now we're going to undo one of these. And it looks like this. But we want it to look fan-like. And a fan goes forward, backward, when you fold it. So the first fold, okay, you could probably see that there's a crease here. We're going to take this piece here and fold it just to touch the crease. So I'm going to do it and show you. So there was that crease under there. I took the edge and folded it just to touch the crease. Then the next thing we're going to do is we'll be at this little fold right here the crease that we folded to. We're going to fold backwards like that now. So your first fold was forward, your next fold is backwards. And then you go forwards up to the next line. So now it looks like that. And then backwards on the fold. So now it's looking like this, and we got to the middle. Okay, and then I'm just going to keep going. So in the end, you end up with something that is about this big, and it's zigged and zagged. And we have to do it with the second piece as well. Okay, and now I have another one of these things. Next step is to take one of them and guess where the middle is by squeezing it with your finger, and then tip the fan up like this and sort of line it up and give the bottom a squeeze. So if you wanted, you could just use this as one little fan even. But I'm doing two of them. So I find the middle roughly, I tip it up, and this time you can see this side is a little too high for this side, so I just bend it a little until I get it so that they match up, and then I squeeze it. There's my second one. Now I want this to be able to stay together like that, and that's the little piece of string you have in there. There should be two of them. So I'm going to just tie it right around the part where we folded it. I need some assistance with that. It's just to hold it together. So I'm going to do that with my other one. Okay, so now I have two little fan kind of things. They look like ears or something. Anyway, next I'm going to put glue on the inside edge up here so that I can glue those two parts together. My white glue. You need a fair amount, and you have to hold it for a while to really get it to stick. So I'll just show you that. Here's my glue, and I'm putting my two edges together and squeezing. So I'm squeezing right along the edge here to get it to really stick. And I have to do that on both of them. And so you have to hold it for quite a while, like, I don't know, count to 100 or something, because it doesn't stay until it really dries. So mine is drying. And while it's drying, I'm going to stick this other piece together. So we have two of them. we're going to take one edge and glue it together at the top, but not the bottom edge. So I'm gluing this. Okay, so I put glue on that edge right there. And I'm going to use that piece to glue this and this together. The next step is we have two sticks and we want to put glue on them, but we don't want, if you put the glue on the stick, you may have too much glue. So it's better to put the glue on the paper. So that's the part that's still open. We're going to put glue there and put a popsicle stick on it. So I'm putting lots of glue, and my popsicle stick is slightly longer than my fan piece. And I might even rub it up and down a little to make sure it's going to stick, and then press. I'll show you what I'm doing here. Pressing this down. So just a little hangs over the edge. And then on this side, I want lots of glue too. So basically, I have my fan, really, because once I hold those two popsicle sticks together, there it is. But it'll take up a lot of room in your house and get damaged. And that's why we're using the last little piece to fold it up and put it away. So in order to do that, you need to take your two popsicle sticks on a flat surface like your table, squeeze them around the other way carefully, so you end up with a shape something like this. Mine is still not quite glued because I'm trying to do this quickly for you. And then you're going to be making a little holder out of the red thing. So probably you'll need a little help to hold on to it. So you can just crease it so you get it the size you want. You might want it a little bigger, you might want it a little smaller. Mine's creased. I'm going to put a little glue on the crease. And it just makes a loop, really, just up to the part that I folded over. And then I'm holding it for a while so that it sticks. And once that's done, here's my fan again. Whoop. Folding it up. I have to press on it a little, and then we're putting our little holder over the edge. And that is how the fan looks when it's closed. So you may end up with a red one, or you may end up with a pink one. That's your watermelon fan for this week. And maybe you'll even eat some watermelon. Who knows? Have a great week.